And welcome back to I It, Buy It, Flip It, Ship It. I'm Brad, you're in my garage, and this is where I sell and package my eBay items. So today I'm going to go over what I sold all week long, and you'll see different cuts throughout the week so that you can get a good idea of what I've been selling, because I learn a lot from YouTubers, so I thought I'd share as a YouTuber now. So let's get started. First off, we got a Marvel head. This is from the Marvel Legends Invisible Woman. That's with the Super Scroll. And this sold for $17 free shipping. It was damaged body, so I ended up just pulling the head off because I found the head was actually selling on eBay. So I only got about $2.50 into this. All right, next up we got best one for the night, really. This is Donatello. This is Dracula Donatello, and I picked this up for $1 at the garage sale that I went to probably about a month ago. And I've gotten a lot of offers. I think I had it listed for about $55. So he's got his little weapon. It's hard to find action figures. You've seen me sell some of the accessories by themselves, but it's hard to find them with the accessories. So I did find this randomly in a box with some other toys that, I mean, it just didn't belong. There was no other action figures like it in there. He's just sitting in there. So I got him for $1. Sold for $50, free shipping. All right, next up we got this. I found this at Goodwill. This is a Muscle Machines die-cast adult collectibles 1956 Ford pickup. I think I got about $3 into this, and it sold for $13 plus $5.50 shipping. All right. Next up, this came from a big toy lot that I bought back in 2020. And it's just a bunch of Star Wars figures that have been sitting here. And they are from Rogue One. Now, these are figures from 2016. But these were some of the leftovers from that big lot that I bought. They weren't very interesting, so I kept marking them down. So it ended up selling them for $13.50 plus shipping. Shipping's about $10. And this is the only reason why I can think that out of nowhere it just sold. This is Cassian Andor. I don't know anything about this, but I know that the show just came out on Disney Plus, and this is probably what sparked the interest. Of course, I'm going to watch it. I just haven't looked at it yet. But yeah, that stuff's probably going to start selling more and more. And this last one for this Monday is going to be this Banshee. This is a plush. It's one of those dragon-like characters they ride in Avatar. This came from the Disney parks. And I've got like $1 into it. I can't remember if I got it from the bins or if I got it from a local thrift store, but I don't really have a lot into it. But it did sell for $22 free shipping, and that'll just go in a poly bag because there's nothing really that can break. Everything's fabric on here, so wrap it up real good and ship it off. And that's it for Monday. I'll see you in a moment for the next day of sales. And here is Tuesday's sales. First up, we've got these accessories from 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ace Duck. So you can see we've got a wing in there, and a belt, a hat, and a few little white grenades. Now, I've told this story before. I found those at the bins. Someone pulled out the actual action figures, and I grabbed the remaining accessories, and some of them sell well. These probably got about 5 cents into and sold for $11 free shipping. They'll go very light in a padded envelope. Next up, we haven't seen some of these in a while, but these are some whitey tidies. These are Hanes, and they are not vintage, but pretty close. 2003. And these are size 38. I got about 37 cents into each 3-pack. So this is 6 altogether. and I bought about 300 of those 3-packs for about $100. So I've been selling them. I've actually already made my money back, probably twice over by now. And I sold those at best offer. I had them listed for $29.99. Someone offered me $20. I'm ready to get them out of here, so I accepted them. They'll go on a flat rate mailer for about $8. So pretty good deal. I barely got anything into them. Next up, we've got this board game here. Not really sure how to say this, but Tikal. Don't really know. It's complete. I've got this, and I can't remember where I got it. I think it was a local thrift store. Could have been Goodwill, but couldn't have been more than $4 that I put into it. And that sold for, I had it listed for $20. Someone offered me $15. I've had it for a little while, so I went ahead and took it. $15 plus shipping. And then we also have this last one for Tuesday. It's a couple of How to Train Your Dragon riders. We got Hiccup in there and a couple of other guys. And these I probably got about a quarter into. I found a whole bunch of How to Train Your Dragon figures. Of course, lots of dragons. And I've already made my money back on that. But with that, that was 25 cents and $16 free ship. Another padded mailer, so it'll go very light. And I will see you here in just a sec for next sales. And here are Wednesday's sales. So first off, I do have a Bonanza sale. It is a remote control. It is a Philips CD system remote. I got this for maybe 25 cents, 50 cents. I got it from another reseller who was getting rid of their smalls, and they wanted to get rid of a whole bunch of remotes at once. And he sold me a big tub for like 10. I picked through them, got most of them that were 10 or higher, and this is the one that made the cut at $10. So $10 free shipping, ships very light. And just remember, guys, when you're selling remotes, to make sure that the battery compartment doesn't have any corrosion when you test it. It'll save you a lot of time. I found a bunch of remotes at Goodwill today, and before I even looked them up, I checked the back, and a lot of them had corrosion. Saved me some time, because that's a big deal. If it has a lot of corrosion, it's probably not going to be something you can salvage and get working again. All right, next up, we do have a retail arbitrage. This came from Ollie's. If you are familiar with Ollie's, they are a store, I guess a second chance store where stuff that didn't sell in retail stores are going to sell there cheaper. And what's fun is they play their own ads after they play a song of music. So you'll hear something about what they've got going on as a promotion, and then you'll hear, Ollie's, good stuff cheap! And I just love screaming that out, especially when my wife was with me. She just loves it too, you can imagine. So I got this for about $7 with Ollie's price plus the extra 15% discount, which they do one of those every quarter. So I got a bunch of these. I think I got about 9 or 10 of these guys, about $7 a piece. And I put them on eBay for $1, lots of 2s and lots of 3. And this one sold by itself for $18 plus $10 shipping. So made a couple bucks there. Next up, we've got this Matchbox. Whoa, this is a jet from. All right, this next one here is Matchbox. This is a jet from, what is this from? Top Gun. Yeah, Maverick or something like that. Never seen it. Sorry. I know there's a lot of fans out there, but I haven't seen it. But this is about 10 cents in. I got this at the bins for very little because I got a big bag of toys all put together. And they just gave me one price for probably about $1 or $2 for the whole bag. So I got about 10 cents into this. And it sold for $10.49, free shipping, very light. All right, and this next one is going to be the best one of the day. It just came in. at the last second. So this is Serena Valentino's Villains collection. It's got 5 books, a poster, and a journal in there. You can see, well, it's upside down. There you go. 5 books and a journal. And it is sealed. I found this at Goodwill with the media, and you see something big like that. At first I thought it was a movie collection, DVDs or something like that, but it's a book. Looked it up. Got about $10 into it, and it sold for $55 plus $7 shipping. So really happy with that sale. Did pretty good. So give me a sec and I'll be right back with you with more sales. And here are the weekend sales. So I wasn't really listing anything for Friday, and of course that affected my sales, but I was prepping for a garage sale, which we did have on Saturday, to push out a lot of old inventory that I've just been sitting on for a really long time. And I believe it was pretty successful. Now, I did take some losses on some of those items. Of course, I was hoping to make some good money on those. That's why I let them sit on eBay, at least make my money back. But it's come to my conclusion that these were bad buys. And sometimes as resellers, we do make bad decisions, especially when we are beginning. So I did have some stuff from my earlier years of reselling, and I did just push that out and at least made some money on it. And the things that did not sell, I ended up donating. So even more losses, of course, but I did get some of that capital back. And of course, I learned a valuable lesson. So I will be more strategic, and I will pay more attention to sold comps and listings and, you know, the whole thing. So I made about $145 doing the garage sale. Of course, my wife and kids made some money as well, but that was for the stuff I pushed out. Now, for these sales here, I did have a piece of a New Wave oven. If you're not familiar with that, it's an infrared system that cooks it with air conduction, all that good stuff. I don't really know too much about it. But this is the power motor head. This is what goes on top. Of course, there's a clear dome, and then there's a base. Now, the domes can do really well. Of course, resellers have kind of, brought attention to those selling really well, and the market does get kind of flooded when that happens. So the value's kind of gone down. You sit on for a little bit of while as well. This one I've had for a while. I've already sold the dome. And I think the only thing I have left is an extension ring, which makes the dome bigger. But I've got maybe $6 or $7 into this, and it sold for $25, plus about $17 shipped. So that, making my money back on that, that was fine. I could sit on that for a while. It wasn't a big deal. All right, this next one here is an action figure. It came from a big action figure lot buy that I bought, and this is Gambit. And there's a little robot that came with him, and it's a few other pieces in there. I got maybe about $3 into that. Every figure pretty much marked down to $3 when I itemized it all. And we got, what did we get for this guy? $8 plus $5 shipping. So making a little bit of money back. I've already made my profit back. There was tons of good toys in there. Some of them that went over $100. So that $3 itemized charge, I blanketed everything for that. So even if it's minimal profits, it's really all profit because I've already made my money back about 3 times over. All right, this next one here is pretty recent. Listed it last week and it sold. This is a robot here. This is from an actual Happy Meal from nope, I don't have a year for that, but it's got to be the 90s when Toy Story came out. I got this at the bin, so it was in a bag of a bunch of other toys. I thought it looked pretty interesting, familiar, and if you pull it back, I believe it will spin, and its head will spin, and it will do the whole thing. It was missing some stickers that go on the wheel, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then ABCD on the other side. Anyways, 10 cents in, $10 free ship. It's going to ship pretty light. That was actually international too. So I tell you, after turning international on, because I didn't do it for a while, I do make more sales that way. So I would encourage you to do so if you haven't already. All right, this next one here is a helmet. This goes to Marvel's The Thing from Fantastic Four. It's a 10-inch action figure. I did not actually have the figure, but it did come in that big lot of action figures that I bought. And this is one of those cases where you can just sell off the accessories. And this did sell for $10 free shipping. Very little into that, if anything. Of course, I already made my money back on that, as I mentioned. All right, and this last one here, I do have a bunch of, these are called Funko Pocket Pops. These are Harry Potter, and there's 21 of them in there. And I found a bag of these at the bins. So I only paid about $1 for all of them, really, if that. And they sold for $21. Nope, that's how many are in there. They sold for $18 plus $13 shipping on top. All right, and that'll do it for this week's sales. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate everyone who does watch, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you for supporting my channel. And while you're out there, don't forget to eye it, buy it, flip it, and ship it. Have a good one.